2 years ago, I made my first impression video of the Lumix S1R Mark I. Before that, I was shooting on Micro Four Thirds exclusively. So in that video, I mainly addressed the difference between full frame and Micro Four Thirds systems, comparing their advantages and shortcomings. Click the card on top of the screen if you want to check it out. Now it's been a few months since the S1R Mark II is launched. I thought I might talk about the good old S1R Mark I again. Do a little bit feature recap, and this time I'm pitching it against the flagship S1R Mark II. And let's answer the burning question for anyone who already owns S1R. Is it worth upgrading? Physical build. S1R is huge, heavy, built like a tank. Has a lot of buttons, highly customizable. In terms of practicality, the S1R still holds up well among competition. S1R Mark II in comparison is much more compact and modern, having inherited the body design from S5 line, with plenty of quality of life improvement including the awesome flip and tilt screen, photo versus video mode dial, etc. The new S1R Mark II obviously has an edge in terms of usability, but it can still be subject to personal taste. If you like bigger, sturdier body, the ergonomics of S1R is still the way to go. Image quality. S1R Mark I has slight edge in resolution. It has 47 megapixel sensor versus the 44 megapixel from the S1R Mark II, but virtually there's no difference, even if you pixel peep. Autofocus. S1R Mark II absolutely demolishes the S1R original thanks to the face detection autofocus system and years of refining the same system from S5 Mark II to G9 Mark II and S9 and now S1R Mark II. However, in my user experience with S1R in the past 3 years, I rarely ever complain about its autofocus. The reason is that I don't often use it for action shots. Most of the time, I shoot landscape and still portraits with this camera. When I shoot video, I also get pleasantly surprised by how reliable the autofocus system actually is. It's not agile or nimble like a face detect autofocus system, but it's sticky. It doesn't jump around or hunt back and forth. Very rarely do I see background focus pulsing like the old GH5 or GH6 even. So yeah, it is 100% good enough for what I use the camera for. Burst shoot. The S1R has a very mediocre burst rate of 5 frames per second versus top of the line burst rate on the S1R Mark II's 40 frames per second. The question is, do you need fast burst? I thought I did, and I bought the G9 Mark II with up to 60 frames per second burst rate in continuous autofocus, but I literally never shot anything at 60 frames per second over the years. The most I've ever gone up to is 20 frames per second burst, and that's mostly for testing purpose. For sports and animals, I always stick to 9 to 10 frames per second on the G9 Mark II. So that experience gives me more perspective on whether or not I needed high burst on full frame high resolution camera. Sure, it's awesome to have the feature, but for 99% user, 10 frames per second is high enough to capture action. 5 frames per second on the S1R is indeed a little bit low in today's standard, but I don't use S1R to shoot sports all the time anyway. S1R and S1R Mark II both have a very small buffer, though it doesn't seem like so on the S1R because the burst rate is so low, you can keep shooting for a longer period of time in one go. Video feature. The S1R Mark II is an 8K beast that can shoot 4K 120p with no crop and is equipped with endless professional grade options and tools. S1R is a very bare-bone yet very capable camera. I'm impressed with it. It has 5K 30p recording, 4K 60p with very small crop of 1.09 times crop. I saw someone reviewing S1R Mark II saying that S1R Mark II is the first full-frame Lumix camera that doesn't have a significant crop in 4K 60p. Wrong. The S1R original and S1H both are capable of 4K 60p in full frame. I think the impact in videography world of the now legendary S5 Mark II is so immense that most people don't remember that S1R shoots video. The only problem I have with the S1R original is the lack of log profile. The flattest profile you can have here is Cine D, So it's a little bit harder to match the look with my other vlog capable cameras like G9 Mark II, S9. Both cameras have high-res mode. S1R Mark II does have handheld mode, but seriously, using high-res mode on high-res camera body to get 180 megapixel pictures, very French use case. So how do you know if you need S1R Mark II? Here are the main reasons. For action sports wildlife shooters, you need reliable autofocus and high burst. For professional video shooter, the S1R Mark II has a significant leg up over the S1R or any other full-frame Lumix camera for that matter. Or if you want a compact high-res camera body, that is the only option in Lumix system. And the main reasons, S1R Original is good enough for you. If you shoot landscape, portrait, street photography, given that you don't mind using a big camera, then you have no reason whatsoever to upgrade at all. The original S1R will serve you all your needs at less than half the price. If you need a fast burst, great autofocus, great video color profile, I could always pick up Lumix S9, which costs even less. It's just above 1,000 euros on the used market right now. You would still have enough money to buy S1R Mark I after getting S9 or even the S5 Mark II. S1R Mark II for sure is a huge leap forward in features and specs, but original S1R is just that good and holds very well after all these years in a very bare bone practical way, which is exactly how I use my camera. So S1R Mark I will stay with me. Which way do you prefer? S1R Mark II did launch at a very aggressively low price point, so it's definitely a great bang for the buck. I believe it doesn't matter if you want to stick with S1R Mark I or upgrade to S1R Mark II. There is no wrong answer. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe. Remember to subscribe. Thank you.